Good morning. Well, for y'all it's probably gonna be nighttime, but I woke up early this morning to film this video because I just wanted some natural light. Also got some very unnatural light headed my way on the other side. My voice is also so raspy because that's how it is in the morning, and if I don't get to finish this before I go to work, sorry, because probably I'm gonna be like really like morning time and then really like seasoned from the day. So anyways, all right, so this is going to be a Q&A video and I'm very excited about this. You guys sent in some really cool questions, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer them for you. And I decided to not do them, like I decided not to really like plan out the questions a lot because I thought that it would be cool if I just kind of answered them exactly how I would without really getting time to like plan it out and like think about it really in depth. But definitely I thought about them a little bit, but I didn't want to like overdo it so that I can just answer it as honestly as possible. So the first question is, how do you stay positive in times that you are sad or feeling unmotivated? So that's a good question. So I would definitely say to stay positive through the sad times and when I'm feeling unmotivated would definitely be about how much time I'm spending with Jesus too, because when I'm trying to focus in like on me and like how I can make myself feel better, I tend to fail really badly, and I tend to look to things that might make me feel better for a few hours or like a day, but maybe isn't like a lasting like positivity and something that's really going to be real and sustainable. So I would say honestly how much time I'm spending with Jesus really dictates how positive I stay when I'm feeling unmotivated or sad. So I would definitely say spending time in the Word, and it's honestly easy if you look up online like scriptures for when I'm feeling sad or scriptures for when I'm feeling unmotivated. It's that easy. Like Google is great. You can literally look up anything that you're feeling, and God has influenced that entire book, the Bible, to just lift you up whenever you need it, because He knows absolutely every feeling. So that is something that really helps, is to look to the Word and to have people that are going to encourage you. But yeah, so that pretty much answers that question, a lot longer than it needed to be. But then let me see. Sorry, I have the questions on my phone. So let me look at the next one. The next one is, when did you realize you loved your BF? Thank you, Caroline. I love you. So, wow. Okay. When I realized, I actually did not prepare for that question at all. That's so funny. Okay, so when I first realized I loved my boyfriend, well, we have known each other for a very long time, since we were 16, and we were friends like all through high school. He ended up moving away, so we are long distance, and we were friends kind of like all through like while I was in college and like while he moved away. And recently we had reconnected, but we'd like always been friends, but it just had like been a while since we talked, and we started like FaceTiming, and I like realized I started to have feelings for him. So it was something that after our first date, I was kind of like writing about it like a few days later, and I realized like that I definitely had stronger feelings for him than just like a I like you sort of deal. But I also believe that love is not just a feeling, and like just a feeling isn't going to like carry you on through really hard times and through everything. And so I definitely believe that love is a choice. And so I think when I really realized I loved him was when I made, like, definitely my feelings, like I had crazy butterflies all the time, still do. and it was like everything I could have ever dreamed of it to be. But it was also like the point when I realized that I wanted to make the decision to love him forever. It wasn't just like, oh, I think he's really cool right now and this looks good and this seems right, or going by my feelings. It was like through definitely praying and like feeling a lot of peace, because I think that was like something that was different for me too, is like I didn't just fall in love with him because of like just like things he said or things that he just did. It was like everything about him and everything that he is was something that I was like, I want to love him forever, like no matter what. Like no matter what happens, no matter like what hard times we go through, no matter the distance. So I think that's when I realized, I was like, okay, this is what I want forever. Because it wasn't just like something that I could see an end to, or something that I was like, it was like every part of me was like, absolutely, like I want to make that decision forever. So to answer the question very like specifically, like when did I realize, was literally like 4 days after our first date. So went on our first date like November 5th, and I knew like I knew November 9th, which, hey, every relationship's different. Doesn't mean that you have to like that you have to love someone like that quickly or whatever, but I did, and that's me. So that is when I realized that I loved my boyfriend. And then let's see, what people in your life truly inspire you and why? Okay, people that truly inspire me, one, my mentor, Mama Fig. She is probably like my biggest inspiration. So everything that I want to be is who she is. But obviously it encourages me to be the best me, though. I don't want to be her necessarily, but it encourages all the areas in me that I want to just like be developed to the fullest potential. So definitely her. And then I would say my friend Rachel really inspires me a lot because of her like calmness in situations. She just has such a calm that is very inspiring to me, because every time I talk to her, she's just very understanding and can always give me wise information. And it's always, she never is the type of person to just like say something, like try to like make it seem like she has these amazing quotes or things. She'll like really share from her life experience and be really transparent and honest, and I really inspire that, because I inspire that. I really admire that, because I admire people that are very honest with where they're at. So that's something that is really encouraging to me. It's so hard because I truly have so many great people in my life that it is like really hard for me, because I could think everyone in my life has inspired me in some way and made me who I am. So it's really hard for me to think of specific people. But those are two off of the top of my head. And then honestly, it's been just my friends that have loved me exactly where I'm at and accepted me fully, regardless of what my struggles are, or if I'm in a stage where I'm just like not me, like not a good version of myself, but struggling. Like people that love regardless of that inspire me so much. Which I've had so many people like that in my life. So that's been a huge inspiration. It also depends, like the people that normally I look up to the most. Oh, big one, Jordan Lee. She's on, you should follow her. She's the greatest. She does something called Soul Scripts, and she's on Facebook, Instagram. I haven't really looked at her Twitter, but she's probably on Twitter. And then has a YouTube channel too. I really admire her so much and look up to her, because she is like all about people's brokenness being like welcomed. And so I love that. Her whole movement is so inspiring to me, and something that I really look up to. So she is a huge inspiration to me as well, just because I think the reason why I look up to anybody is because they are so themselves and so okay with being themselves and so okay with being not okay. Okay, And then the next question is, when did you become a Christian? I became a Christian the end of my freshman year. So I think it was like May, I know the exact date. May 24th, 2010, I want to say. 2010 or 2011. So since the end of my freshman year of high school. Why did you decide to start YouTube? Okay, so YouTube has been something I've wanted to do for about a year and a half, I think. It took me a really long time, just like because of a lot of fear and a lot of other stuff. But I started YouTube because I wanted to have a community where people were okay with like asking whatever they want and being open, having someone to pray for them. I wanted to create an environment where people can just be human and be like transparent about their life, and for Jesus to have room to move through the messiness and the brokenness in their life. So, because I believe that there is no perfect person. There is no perfect person, and everyone goes through things. So like, why not talk about it and why not be honest about it? So I kind of just like want to talk to you guys and be honest and be real about struggles in life and my testimony. So I thought this would be a cool way to be able to reach like a community of people, and anyone can watch YouTube videos. So I figured like it would open up a bigger realm of people that might want to might need somebody, and if I could just be there for like one young girl or young guy that doesn't feel like anyone understands them, then that'd be really cool, because I believe that is so powerful, just to know that you're not alone. And so that's why I started YouTube. And then do you have any advice for dating / finding the one? So I would say do not settle, because that is a huge one for me. Don't settle, because if you have it in your mind and you have a list and you've been praying about a list and you know what you want, which I think that's important before you start dating, or to find the one. Like, be specific, because God is a specific, detail-oriented God. Like, he knows all the details of your heart and your head, and he knows who you're going to marry. So I would say be very specific. Like, all right, I hope y'all enjoyed this Q&A. I had a great time filming it for you and letting you guys get to know me a little bit better. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Be sure to leave any comments, prayer requests, recommendations, anything in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to take all those real seriously around this place. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye!
Watch those eyes light up with a smile, river in the not good times. Oh, you taught me how